Now, on Saturday morning past, we were down in the showgrounds in Ballycastle Road in Coleraine for another behind-the-scenes flavour of SupercupNI. If you think of the Sunday night parade when the youngsters, the football teams, all walk up Church Street in Coleraine in front of many, many adoring fans up Railway Road and round to the showgrounds, we were wondering how the girls who lead those teams get those roles, get those parts, and we found out at the showgrounds on Saturday morning.
Organising the parade tomorrow, so I need you to listen very carefully to what he has to say, and then if you stay behind a wee minute afterwards, I'm just going to speak to you as well. Okay, so this is Mal. Right, Mal, over to you.
Sharon Anderson, if I could just have a quick word with you for Causeway Coast Community. Rather busy morning. You've just given all the girls a team to lead.
Yes.
How did you get involved in this?
A lot of years ago, Anne Cooper used to do the girls, and her daughter was having a baby, and she says, Sharon, would you do it for 1 year for me? And I think her granddaughter now is about 18, so that's how I got involved.
Now, how many? I think 56 teams, so therefore 56 girls and a few more then required.
There's about 57 girls involved in the parade, and they just give me their names, and then we do an open draw, so it's all fair and above board, and they pick their team in the morning, and hopefully they'll have a good weekend.
And what is their role? What's expected of them at the parade?
They're expected to lead the team out. They're expected to accompany them all the way through the parade and keep the boys behind them as far as possible. And when they get here to the field, they will parade out in front of the team whenever they're introduced.
And you treat this with great importance, because I heard you say, you're almost whispering to one young girl, no chewing gum tomorrow evening.
Well, when you're leading the parade, as in the welcome banner, we don't want that when we're going round the town. You want the girls to smile and wave to people and have lots of fun and enjoy the occasion, because it is a brilliant occasion.
Sure. And Sharon, can we just say that Formula 1, for example, and I think the Northwest 200 looked at whether they use grid girls or not. Darts have dropped using girls. SupercupNI still using girls. What did the girls get out of it?
Well, hopefully they get the experience of meeting lots of different people from lots of different countries. They can, if some of them want to improve their Spanish and their Portuguese or their French or whatever, they get that out of it. But as well as that, they get to go to the matches all week as well, because part of it is that they actually will get a ticket that allows them to go to all the matches all week.
And they get to lead teams
And they
with big
get
names
to lead
like
big
Newcastle United and Manchester United.
Well, yes, and of course, we have teams here from Brazil, we have Ortega from New Zealand, we have an Indian team coming this year, which is absolutely brilliant.
And one of those big activities, of course, is leading the teams in the SupercupNI.
Yeah, fantastic experience for the girls, and as you can see here, they're all extremely excited about the experience.
Can we maybe see who they've got?
Yes, indeed.
Girls, can you tell me, what's the Spanish for what's your name? Is it ¿Cómo se llama?
Raquel. Raquel.
Raquel, which team have you got?
Coleraine
Col-
F is
Col-
minor.
Coleraine Minor.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Irene.
Which team have you got?
Guadalajara, Mexico.
Mexico, you've got a Mexican team. You'll be able to speak to them in Spanish?
Yes.
Very good. What's your name?
I'm Carla.
Carla, what team have you got?
I'm leading the parade.
You're leading the parade. Get a shot of this. This young lady is the one we're going to see at the very, very front. And who have you got?
Candela. My name is Candela, and I have Malamara.
Let me see.
Mallard.
Ballinamallar from County
Yes.
Fermanagh. Very good team.
My name is Lucia and I have Manchester United.
My favourite team.
This is the one many people will want to see, many people will not want to see, whether you support Man United or not. This young lady's going to be leading Man United. Very good. And what's your name?
Marta, and my team. My name is Marta, and my team is Newcastle World.
Newcastle, good team as well. Ian, thanks very much indeed. Girls, thank you very much indeed. Gracias y adios. And we're halfway through SupercupNI week of football here in the Causeway Coast area. 50 odd teams of youngsters taking part, thousands of additional visitors coming to the Causeway Coast. How's it all controlled? How's it all organised? We're at the Lodge Hotel. We're going to step inside to one of the conference rooms and have a look. Now, this is a very ordinary looking room. As I was saying, it's one of the conference rooms they have at the Lodge Hotel. And if you come in and take a look around me, across to my right hand side, Bob McClure. Bob handles all aspects of transport here at SupercupNI, and his job begins many moons ago. Making sure the teams have got the right transport to go a particular match, making sure the teams actually get to Northern Ireland in the first place. Further across here, a couple of guys have just shifted position. This is Robert Shanks. Robert, Robert, a quick word for Causeway Coast community. What's your role here?
Well, I'm in charge of the junior section, so that would be registrations, match cards, and the stats for the Golden Boot, player of the tournament, etc. Comes final night.
And how do you go about having all the correct information and making sure that everybody's correctly in touch with you?
Oh, well, that's easy because every day we get the referees' match cards and all the stats would be on that. So we just have to transfer that onto our own information, and then we collate that for the end of the week, and it's ready for us.
This is a man whose surname may well be slightly familiar. He's Gareth Fullerton. Gareth, how are you?
Keep well, thanks, all good, yeah.
Gareth works for Belfast Live and a bit of stuff for the Daily Mirror.
Yeah.
So tell us about your role here in front of the laptop.
Yeah, well, Belfast Live and Daily Mirror are media partners this year for the Super Cup, so I'm basically down here just throughout the week. We're live blogging the whole tournament. I've also got a videographer who's out and about. I'm basically just covering all the matches and all the sections.
So, I mean, I'm trying to look and see what's on your screen without breaking any confidentialities here, but what exactly is that in front of us?
Well, basically, this is TweetDeck, so I follow a lot of the teams who are competing at the tournament. I follow the Super Cup Twitter account as well, and you get updates of scorers and scores coming through, which you would then use to sort of bring up your reports and things like that there. So,
okay, Gareth, thank you very much. There's a call coming in there. Gareth's dad may be well known to you, he may not. Gareth's dad is Jackie Fullerton. This is Jim Sanford. Jim is the Public Relations Officer for SupercupNI. Jim, tell us a wee bit about your role.
Really, it's an all-embracing role. I deal with a lot of different bodies and groups and so on, right from local authorities through to sponsors and teams and individuals who help the tournament in any way.
Would you be sort of overall in control or in charge of what's happening this week?
I would do a fair bit of work and manage the office here and deal with issues that might pop up during the week. But we have a good team of people here who are working very hard to make the tournament a success.
I'm thinking of 50 odd teams who've put their name down to take part, and I'm thinking of all the young footballers currently playing at different venues across the area. How do you keep a hold of all that? How do you keep on top of all that's going on?
Well, we do have a number of people who have delegated responsibilities, and it's a matter of breaking the whole operation up into separate pieces, and then hopefully those people work and do what they're expected to do, keep on top of things, and we end up hopefully with a good tournament.
And listen, it is a good tournament.
Yeah.
An awful lot of people in the area at the moment. What for you is the sort of highlight of this week? What's your favourite part of the season?
It's very important for us that the young people have a great week here, and the young footballers from across the world enjoy their experience. We hope that we have a good product. We know that Northern Ireland's a good place to come to, and this area is particularly good. That's why this area was selected. I mean, the tournament started in 1983. Northern Ireland wasn't a great place to be involved in 1983, and we reckoned this was an area that you can bring people to safely, and that's why we're in this area. It's an excellent area, and we hope that by the time that people leave this area, they're enthused enough to even think about coming back again.
Now, some of us still know it as, and I was saying to Victor Leonard the other day, we still talk about the Milk Cup. It is, of course, SupercupNI. Finally, tell me, is it going from strength to strength?
We always, we never go for numbers in this tournament. We go for the very best quality that we can get, and we think that we've done a good job this year, and we will continually strive to provide a good quality tournament. We're not necessarily going for numbers. We leave that to other events and other things, but we go for quality, and we reckon that we've got a good quality this year, and we'll be aiming to do the same in the future.
Jim, thanks very much indeed for chatting to us on Causeway Coast Community.
Thank you very much, Dennis.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our brief behind-the-scenes flavour of SupercupNI 2018. If you're at the matches for the rest of this week, enjoy. For Causeway Coast Community, I'm Dennis McNeil.